October 30th, 2025, 6.2 billion people are going to experience a cosmic consciousness shift simultaneously, and I can prove it with simple math.
All right, let's see it. I couldn't help myself.
But on October 30th, something unprecedented is about to happen. 3 massive events are converging. Number 1, the sun is at its solar maximum, the most active it's been in 20 years. Solar flares, magnetic pole reversals, the works.
So just for the sake of clarity, we have been in a solar maximum cycle, but we actually reached the peak a year ago, October of 2024, and we have been declining in solar activity since that time.
Number 2, an interstellar object called 3I Atlas reaches its closest point to the sun that exact day. We're talking about a city-sized object from another star system.
Actually, the date that it's going to reach its very closest point to the sun is going to be a day before he mentions. It's actually expected to occur on October 29th with the expected time of approximately 11:47 UTC. So there is a difference there.
And number 3, the Earth's magnetic field is at its absolute weakest point in the cycle. Here's where the math gets wild. When these 3 things hit at once, the Earth's frequency of 7.83 hertz could be amplified 10 times or more. So instead of 7.83 hertz, you're looking at 78 hertz hitting your brain. Your brain will have no choice but to sync up. That's just how basic entrainment works. It's neuroscience.
He is correct here. We are at a much more weakened state for the Earth's magnetic sphere. And that is actually, I think, the lowest in like the last 200 years or something. It's a natural process that does occur, and it's known scientifically speaking, but we are at a very low level of that right now. And that does tend to have an increased capacity to affect us on a physical and emotional level. But the main thing that I really want to point out here is I really ask people to stop placing your consciousness and your ability to awaken to a higher state of consciousness on something outside of our control and completely outside of ourselves. Now, I am not a mathematician and I am not a scientist, but I am somebody who's able to do just some really quick searching to see that some of the initial information that's being provided doesn't necessarily line up with what we know today as of October 23rd. So I just wanted to bring that information together to say, if you are witnessing and watching sensationalized, exciting information about how some sort of outside occurrence is going to be the thing that awakens all of the Earth and all of humanity, just take a moment to say, is all of this true? Is there a way of me reviewing it to see if it's true? And not necessarily placing all of your eggs in that basket when we have that ability and capacity within ourselves. Now, granted, if enough, like it's been proven, if enough people meditate, you know, they've done studies where, you know, a certain percentage of a population of a city has meditated about, you know, a reduction in violence and peace. And we actually saw that happen in real life. There have been studies done about, you know, praying for a certain, person in the hospital and having a more positive outcome than was anticipated. And, you know, so there have been studies to an effect around that kind of information. So yes, having a large collective manifesting energy pointed in a particular direction, that in and of itself can create a particular outcome or a direction in or towards the direction of a particular outcome. So honestly, if something were to occur at that point and enough people saw this information and enough people expected that and meditated towards it and put their energy and attention towards it, could something to that effect manifest? Potentially. However, expecting that a comet racing by in and of itself, coupled with other things that actually are not fully true, just, again, we are so focused on something from the outside coming in to create safety for us. Something from the outside, a hero of sorts, a comet with a cape, to come by and change the way humanity is interacting with itself. Stop putting your focus on something outside of what we are capable of doing within our own consciousness, within our own attention, within our own ability to manifest. So that is the main takeaway that I would like you to have here. And one very last little note. Doesn't this look and sound really, really similar in underlying theme to 5D consciousness and the rapture, all repackaged all again? Just one more thing that's going to help everybody elevate and, you know, ascend. And it's the kind of thing that if you have too many people who are deeply ungrounded or emotionally in an unsafe space for themselves, can create further spiritual psychosis. So just be incredibly cautious when you consume this kind of social media.